Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Untrapping Product Teams. Today I want to talk to you about backlog management. The truth is, you don't need more than 4 hours a week to manage it. But surprisingly, many product owners take more than half of their available time to manage the backlog. They kind of descend from a product owner to a backlog owner or user story writer. They spend most of their time writing very clear and precise user stories, detailing requirements and so on and so on. But is it the point of being a product owner to write requirements? I used to think it is about helping the team deliver value. But in this case, if you focus your energy in writing the requirements, you ensure the team delivers solutions instead of solving real problems. Let's start like this. Sharp user stories. Every now and then I get a message. Hey David, could you help me write a better user story? I want to ensure this is clear as possible so that developers can pick them and implement straight away. And then somebody will just come to me, how big should my product backlog be? And when I get these questions, it's clear to me that people are not feeling correctly the role of the product owner. When you write sharp user stories, what kind of conversation are you going to have with your team? It will be like, how can we implement that? How complex is that? How can we do this? It is more on the solution level. And you see, a great user story is not the one that will make it clear how to implement the solution, but the one that will help you understand the problem. The whole team should build a shared understanding. And what I think is the following. Excellent product owners write broken user stories. Why? Because then developers, product designers, user experience, and so on will ask questions to understand the problem because the user story doesn't provide guidance. And for me, a good user story is just no more than an invitation for a good conversation. And I'm saying a lot here about user stories, but don't get me wrong. I use user story here because I get this question from many people. But your job as a product owner is not to ensure your product backlog is full of user stories. It's to ensure it's full of things that will lead to value. That can be user story form, a job story, or whatever you want to put inside your backlog that leads to value. Don't get stuck with user story. Think on what will lead to value. Don't get stuck into requirements. Think on the conversations you want to have with the team. It's all about understanding the problem. Then empower the team to find how to solve it. And the second question I always get is about the size of the backlog. Some people ask me, should I keep it 6 months of backlog? And I say, seriously? You want to keep 6 months of work on a backlog? In this case, I just ask you, how are you adapting to learn? Let's say the following. You did a great sprint, delivered a lot of things, and then developers realize that some of the features are not delivering the result they expected. Meaning that the users are not getting their problem solved. The developer comes to you, hey dear product owner, I think our solution is not getting where we want and I'd like to implement something differently. And then you as a product owner, I see the point. How complex do you think it is? How long is it going to take? And then the developer will look at you and say, it might take 1 or maybe 2 weeks of work because then we need to do some things here and then to test and so on. And then you say, that sounds cool, but we have a plan to follow. We committed to a roadmap. And if you look at our product backlog, it's full. We don't have space for this. Maybe we do it later. If you take this decision, it means that you are missing the point. You're not embracing learning. The developer learned something. The solution is wrong. And the developer wants to try something to deliver value. And you decided to follow a plan. And this is what happens with many companies. They have an extensive roadmap, and then the roadmap will break into an extensive product backlog. And what happens? You follow a plan and you fool yourself. You have the illusion you are going to get somewhere. And yeah, you will. To a lot of frustration, a lot of output, and no value created. That's not the point of being a product owner. That's not at all. What I want to tell you, keep your backlog as lean as possible, because only when the old goes away, the new will find its space. I tend to think that 3 or 4 sprints is more than you need. And I'd like to give you one more tip. Every now and then delete your product backlog. And why am I saying that? Because then it will come to the top of your mind what matters most right now. And then you can focus and put your attention into this. And if you think that this is a too radical approach for you, you can start smaller. Start excluding all items older than 6 months, then 5 months, then 3 months. And then you will see that it will help you embrace learning. Because being a product owner is all about embracing learning. And now connecting to the last point of this video. You don't need more than 4 hours a week to manage your product backlog. You should invest your energy into discovery, understand what will lead to value. What the team created during the previous sprints, it is the output. It's that generating the outcome you expect. Put your energy in measuring the impact the features delivered cause in the end user's life and the business. And then you can adapt your knowledge towards the backlog. And the backlog should be as summarized as possible. As I mentioned already in this video, keep your product backlog items as simple as possible and ensure the team understands the problem. So to do that, actually, you just need 4 hours a week, even less than that. You will spend more or less 1 hour with the team doing a refinement, and then you will just write a couple of items and that's it. Because you are not the backlog owner, you're a product owner, the one responsible for maximizing the value resulting from the Scrum team. That's your responsibility. Backlog is just one way of documenting what you are going to focus on. So ensure that you put the right things on, because without that, well, as I mentioned sometimes already, giggle, garbage in, garbage out. You want the team to solve problems and create value. I hope this video gave you clarity on why it is important to ensure your backlog doesn't get in the way of helping the team embrace learnings. Because if you miss that, you're gonna fail. That's the only outcome you can expect. Don't forget hitting the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.